All right. I think we're live, but we're going to check it out. All right. We're going to do, I think if I do this, and I want to see my chat. Let's see. I want to see it though. I guess I got to do it like that. Hey, everybody. Let's give ourselves a chance to see. We are working this morning, honey. The coffee has not kicked in just yet, but it's coming. Whew, it is coming. All right. We got to get to the comments. We got to see our comments. So now hopefully this will do some notification to folks that we are on here crafting. I am gonna, let's see what'll happen if I do this. I never tried this before. So we're gonna mute over there. Well, good morning, Betty. How are you? Good morning, Picture Me Crafting. How you doing? I'm up early this morning. I got so much work to do, y'all. I got so much work to do. I just did not have the energy this week to work on these orders I got. Then the hurricane tried to come and snatch your girl up, and then it didn't even come. I'm grateful, but you have to run around and you got to go to the stores and you got to get all this stuff to get yourself ready. And then the anxiety of when you run a small business, you worried about your electricity, you worried about the orders you got to get out, and it just takes a mental toll. Good morning, Karen. How did you do over there in Tampa? You doing good? Picture Me Crafting, what's your real name? Do you mind telling me? Because I realize I talk to people based on their handles, and I want to start to learn everybody's names. We're going to get started in a second. I'm going to run y'all through everything I'm going to be working on. But I definitely want to say good morning. Y'all got y'all coffee. This Merlinda. Okay. I like that. I'm going to break that down because my memory is not the best, but I want to remember. Picture Me is Merlinda. Okay. Now, I think I told y'all in a previous video, I love coffee. Can y'all hear me okay? I got a new microphone. We upgrading over here. We trying, y'all. We trying. Is my sound good? Let me know in the chat if my sound is decent. And I figured out how to get the orientation over here so y'all can see what we got to do here. I love me some coffee. So I think on Saturday mornings, which is when I do a lot of my small business work that I have to do, I love coffee. It powers me through. So I thought I would try Saturday morning conversations, crafting and coffee. So I have got my coffee. One of my sorority sisters brought me this. Y'all know I love a good Buc-ee's, and it says breakfast wine because I love coffee and I love wine. So she saw this cup and thought of me. So in the cup this morning, we've got some French vanilla coffee, French vanilla creamer, and I went to Aldi's and they had red velvet whipped cream. So we are being fancy this morning. And so that's what's in my cup. Karen says just wind, rain, lost power for about 6 hours, but you back up. That's great. I'm grateful. I'm glad you all are safe. All right, so we're going to jump on in. I'm going to be looking at the chat for sure. I have the camera on this pod. I think y'all can see it from there. When I go over to the heat press, which I have already turned on, we got to use Big Mama today because my hands, I suffer with carpal tunnel, and they were really talking to me this week. So we're definitely going to use the automatic press coming up. But a couple things we got to work on. So I have a big t-shirt order. There's a event my sorority is doing as an area on October the 5th, and I've been asked to do the shirts for that commemorative event. So I've been working on that. This is batch number 2. But they have now given me the opportunity to have a table. to be able to sell the other items, my small business sales. So we're going to be pressing the rest of the batches of those shirts, long sleeve and short sleeve. I'm also going to be doing some custom bags for them to pick up their orders. So I've got my vinyl here, and I'm definitely going to have to do a Cricut cut, because I'm going to show y'all the shopping bags in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and put this vinyl on my paper, on my mat. So that we made an agreement that I would, that they could avoid paying shipping if they came to the event, right? And picked it up in person. And I was going to the event anyway. So I was like, well, I want to save them shipping if I can. But the agreement that I made with the leadership of the chapters was, if their people, hey, Nikki, if their people don't come to the event, then how was I going to go back and charge them shipping? So they each have to take the orders for the members from their chapter. So that means I've got to create some sort of packaging for them to be able to take the shirts from people who are not going to come. So, here they go. So I don't know what you guys use for packaging, but sometimes I use these large white paper shopping bags. And I think if I lay it here, y'all can really see them. So I like these because I can get them in bulk from Uline. They're just white paper sacks, but they give me a blank canvas to really work on. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to cut some permanent vinyl, and I'm going to put the chapter names for each chapter across the front of the bag in my blue permanent vinyl. And this way I can keep track of the orders of who doesn't pick up what. And when the event is over, I can just hand them their cute little white shopping bag, and they can go on and deliver those shirts. So we definitely got to get the Cricut machine cutting. I've never done that before, but I think it's going to keep me organized, but also have a really nice professional presentation, because looks are everything, especially when you're doing a vending event and you have a table. So that's what the vinyl over here is going to be. But this mat, I see some of it raising up a little bit. So I'm going to tack that down with some tape. So if you're keeping up with it, I got to do shirts. It's probably 60 shirts. But I'm going to walk you through where I got my screens from, how I did it. I'm going to knock those shirts out. I'll move the camera over there so you guys can see that process if you hang out with me. We're going to get the Cricut machine cutting, and you'll see me do the bags as well. And then we'll see where we are on time at that point. So besides watching me on this fabulous Saturday, we went from a hurricane watch to a heat advisory. Now they're telling us it's like going to be devastatingly hot here in Florida. So everybody now is trying to stay inside. So I got the heat press on. I'm going to go ahead and press that down one more time and let that heat do what it needs to do. And I'm going to put some tape on the end of each corner, because you can get a lot of use out of your mats. I hope y'all are not throwing y'all mats away when you're done. Now, if you didn't have the mats since you bought your Cricut machine 4 years ago, you might be up to needing some new mats. But if these are not, and they're just kind of losing a little bit of the tack, you can still salvage that by putting a little bit. I just use heat resistant tape because it comes off the mat a lot easier, but it has a lot of strength in it. So all I'm doing is taping the 4 corners down. And you all know that Cricut always gives you like 1/10 of an inch all the way around. So this is not going to interfere in any of my cutting. I'm going to be just fine. So now my mat is good. I'm looking on the screen over here. If y'all see me looking there, I'm just trying to make sure I can see the comments a little bit better. But now my corners are taped, so I'm good on each corner. So it's not going to lift up when I put it through the Cricut machine to cut. So this is mounted and ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side because we'll do that second. Now, the way I prep my shirts, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I got a comment about that in the chat. Was, well, how do you prep the shirts when you're getting ready to do them. And I know I did a t-shirt video, but I think the question they were asking went more to like when you have bulk to print, when you have a lot of shirts to print, how do you get through a large order and not be there all day? So I know that there's probably a bunch of ways different people do it. And if you craft shirts or you make shirts, please throw it in the chat and share with the rest of the money makers how you do it. But I can only show y'all how I do it. For me, I have to do it in phases when they're big. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll go into my platform. I use Shopify. So I'll go into my Shopify platform and I'll print out all of my packing slips for each of my orders, because each order gets its own packing slip. So this way I can get my size count. How many do I need of each size? In this case, I was offering long sleeve and short sleeve shirts. Both have the same image. So I'm nothing fancy, y'all. I'm not fancy. I don't know if y'all can see the glare because I got the window open. Let me just see if y'all can see it. Hold on a second. The delay is coming to show me. Okay, y'all can't see the writing. Even there it is. If I get a little closer, y'all can see my little tick marks. So I literally go through each one of the orders and I'd say, is it a small, medium, large? In this case, I'm taking the orders all the way up to a 4X. Y'all know I call anything above an extra large my fluffy sizes. That we fluffs and we need some room. So I have a column for that. And then I have a column for short sleeve. And in this case, long sleeve, because that was what the two ways I offered after talking to my sorority sister who's over the whole event. And then I figure out how many did everybody order. Then I go 10% up on each size, because when you're going to vend it, you don't want to just walk in with exactly what has been ordered, because there's always somebody in the room who did not place the order yet, and they're going to see your product in person, fall in love with it and want it. And then you don't have that shirt there for them to buy. Now, we know a lot of people buy on an impulse, right? You walked in the store to get one thing, saw something else, and you made that impulse purchase. When you are doing a vending event, you want to be able to take advantage or leverage that impulse buying that's going to go on. So I get my direct sizes first based on what everybody ordered. And then I go 10% more based off that quantity, so that I'm walking in the door with extras. Plus, it also allows me, in case I make a mistake, maybe the screen gets stuck, maybe, it gets pressed slightly crooked despite my method I'm going to show you. I don't want to have to then go back and be trying to order and wait for something to come. So once I know how many I need to order, I place the order. In this case, I got my shirts from Sanmar out of Jacksonville. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever used Sanmar. I know a lot of people use Jiffy shirts. But is everybody familiar with Sanmar? Because if you're not, I want to hit you up on what's going on with them, because that's definitely a t-shirt company you need to be aware of. Anybody know has anybody used Sanmar before? I know I got a bit of a delay, so I want to give a chance for folks to respond and let me know. If you haven't heard of them, they are based in Jacksonville. They have same-day shipping. If you place your order, I think it's before 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not have to, hey, Monda, all the way from Mexico. Oh, my goodness. I love her. Jacksonville, they have a huge warehouse. They ship same day if you get your order in before 4 o'clock. What I like about them, too, is they have direct in the United States conversation. If you got a problem, a question, you want to know if something you order has a companion size or companion option, they are good about letting you know about all of that. What I like about them, though, and I'll show you these because this is the first batch of what we're about to work on. Hey, friend. This is the first batch that we're about to work on. These are my royal blue. As you guys know, I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and our colors are royal blue and white. And depending on where you order from, it's not always the true royal blue that the sorority requires. And so they are a vendor that I can get the exact color my customer wants. You can actually go to their website and put in the RGB or the CMYK color, and it will bring up for you and let you know if there are products in that space that you're looking for. Hey, mama. I hope you're enjoying your trip. My good girlfriend has moved to Merida, Mexico, and she is here in the chat, y'all. So please show her some love. And her mom is down there visiting for the first time. So I know you done fell in love, mama, and you probably want to move there too, like the rest of us. But so they have the color that I'm looking for. So this is a polyester shirt. And I know some folks had questions about the quality of polyester, especially like if you are dealing with white. But if you have, Sandmar. And actually, I'm going to type it in this chat for y'all because I thought it was sand, like going to the beach. But it's not. It's called Sandmar. So that's the name of the business, Sandmar, okay? And again, like if you're looking for the holiday pajamas, like the holidays are coming up, and holiday pajamas are going to be really big. They sell the plaid and flannel pajamas. And last year they had the flannel shorts. I am on the hunt and look out for that because the minute they do those shorts, in Florida it's hot. You want your long sleeve, but you see I'm wearing shorts today. So I'm going to be and I have not been able to find them anywhere. Hey, Judy B, D9 sister, Delta Sigma Theta in the house. I see you, sis. Hello, hello. And so I love them. Now, they're not my only vendor I use. There's one closer to me, SNS Activewear. Let's throw that in the chat in case. And I hope I'm doing good with it being able to show the chat after we're done. SNS Activewear is another local shop. If you live anywhere in the Florida drive-in vicinity, you can go and pick your shirts up and avoid paying shipping at all. So a lot of my products I get from them. But like I said, when I need my true royal blue, Sandmar is my go-to because they get my colors right. So, okay, moving on from that. So what are we going to do next? How do I prep my shirts? First and foremost, getting the center of the shirt. It's a mistake if you think that you could just go by the tag. The tag is sometimes not centered inside of the shirt. And so you don't want to trust that. The easiest way to make sure that your shirts are centered for your images is you need to fold them. And I know people worry about, well, wait a minute, if I fold them and then I go press it, won't it have a crease? No, it will not, because your heat is going to press that crease right on out. So let me give me 1 second. I want to make sure that the press doesn't lose the heat. All right. So you're going to take your shirt. You're going to fold it straight in the middle first, and you're going to use the collar, the ribbon of the collar, where the collar meets the shoulder, and you're going to take it to the second shoulder, just like this. So now I got my straight line. Notice I'm not bothering with this tag. The next thing, I just pinch it, and I can't take the other hand, and now I'm going to line up my sleeves, okay? Your sleeves usually will have stitching right here. So I'm going to line up the cuffs of my stitching. So now my shoulders are lined up. Now my sleeves are lined up. So now I'm going to pinch that again. It's like we're pinching a pie. So now I'm going to come to my armpits because they have a crease right here too. And once I come down and grab that, now I can get my ends. Remember, as you see, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing all the way around the shirt. But now my shirt is even. When I drop everything else, I've got my center. And it's right here in the middle. So I'm going to take y'all over to press and do it again. But what I do with my shirts, and I'm going to hold this so you guys can see, I creased all of them. You see, all my shirts are already folded and creased and ready to hit the press with the screen print. So it's going to be even. I did the same thing over here. I'm going to move y'all over to the other side in a second. It's going to come. I see it's a delay on the screen for you guys. Here's the other batch of shirts already folded. Excuse me, already folded and ready to go. So I'm going to take this camera and I'm going to move us over to the press so I can show you guys. Excuse me. We're going to give y'all a good view of the heat press. I'm waiting for the camera version to change for you. There we go. And then I'm going to move a little bit of lighting because I want to make sure you can see when I show you again the corner press method. All right, I'm gonna bring this over. So now I'm gonna have my table there, and these are my fluffy sizes. So my screen is a little bigger. So here's my screen. I get my screens from TKO. Hey, Donzel, thank you. Good morning. I was going to go live yesterday, but I promise you my migraine wouldn't let me be great. Hey, Took, I caught your live the other night. How are you? I love it. I love it. Okay, so I get my screens from TKO. You guys have probably heard a few other YouTubers talk about them. They're based here in Florida with me. Again, I can go pick them up and meet with the design team if I need to. But they also do same day shipping out if you get your order in before 2 o'clock. So in this case, I take my screen and I'm folding my screen to match the fold in my shirt. I just pinch at the top and the bottom. So now my screen has a crease. So now we're going to go over to, I'm hoping you guys can hear me when I step over there because the microphone is here. But I'm going to move the chair out the way. And we're going to, at this point, you'll be looking at the side view camera. So maybe what I'll do is take my little behind off, y'all. Let's do it this way. I think there's a way for me to feature this screen. Give me 1 second. Let me do that. No. Hold on, y'all. I want to make the press the primary screen. So give me 1 second. And I want it to be this one. How do I make it the other one, y'all? I am not a professional at this. Please believe me. I am learning how to show y'all this. There should be a way for me to make this the main one. But for some reason, it's not doing what I want. I wanted y'all to see this one. Can I do it this way? Ah, there we go. Okay. So now you all should just see the screen print. Let me know. You can hear me great. Let me know in the chat if the main screen you're seeing is the heat press. Because I'm going to walk away over there and I want you all to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm thinking the answer is going to be yes. Okay, so basically now we've pressed and print and pinched the shirt and got our seam real good. So Big Mama lets me roll it out. This is from Heat Press Nation. This is a 16 by 20 press, and it's part of their Signature Pro series. So on the shirt, y'all see my print, my crease. And I'm going to show y'all closer because I want to make sure you can see it. So I've already pinched and creased my middle. Hopefully you can see the indentation. But I want to show you how I get to that because sometimes we think just folding it in the middle solves the problem. So remember, I told y'all that we're going to pinch here, pinch the sleeves, get to the armpit part. Right, here's that part first. Then we go to the armpit and we get the bottom. So now I got my perfect fold. So then I put mine on my heat press, okay? Now, we know that you need to press 3 fingers down from the collar of your shirt because you don't want the press to put the print in at your belly button. That's not cute. So what I like to do is line my shirt up with my 3 fingers and I do my test right there. My 3 fingers should be hanging off the side of the press. Everything is folded evenly like I've done it. So when I take this and slide this under and I'm going to let the heat press it for me. And you know, it's only a few seconds to get the moisture out. But for me, it's doing 2 things for me. It's getting the moisture out, and beyond getting the moisture out, it is creating the perfect crease at the top and down the front of the shirt. So now if y'all looking at the shirt, y'all see I got my 3 fingers. I know exactly where to start pressing my screen prints. It's perfectly lined up, and I've got my perfect middle for the screen to go onto. So it helps to reduce my chances of pressing the shirt crooked if the tag is crooked. So now here's my screen print. I've already measured and folded it. I know that I'm coming down because the screen print literally starts right at the top. So I know where to lay my screen print. And the difference is, now remember, I'm on a fluffy shirt, right? And I told y'all I call my fluffy shirt anything that's a little bit larger than an extra large. So I may have to push the collar off of the base, but guess what? I got my line right there. So all I got to do is come back and line up where I pinched my design. I got my top and my bottom. I'm making sure they're both on the heat conductor. And sometimes, just to be safe, I am going to grab my heat resistant tape, because if I go to move it, it could move. So I don't need a lot. I'm going to put one piece at the top and one piece at the bottom. But the main reason I'm doing that is because I do need to adjust the shirt just a little bit more. I need to push it back on the platen. So I'm going to come back because I want to make sure nothing is hanging off, but I also need this bottom to give me just as equal pressure. So now my press is ready to go. I'm going to slide this on in. If you've ever ordered from TKO, you need 10 seconds, 7 to 10 seconds. I've already got it heated to 325. That is their recommended temperature. And as soon as it pops up, it's a warm peel. And there is my perfectly centered pressed t-shirt. And notice the line is very faint, but by the time I fold and package this shirt, they're going to be good to go and ready. The shirt is perfectly done. So now I'm going to reposition and show y'all. Perfectly centered 3X t-shirt. Ready to go in 7 seconds. Well, 10 seconds. Because they say 7 to 10, but I prefer 10 seconds just so I make sure it's on there. Perfectly pressed, y'all. Every time. So for me, the pinching of the shirt, and now that I know what I've done and I got my sizes all together, every shirt's been pinched and pressed. So every shirt is ready to be pressed and knocked out in and of itself. Perfect shirt every time. Now, I'm going to try to bring myself back on camera with y'all, because just like I figured out how to do it, I done forgot already, y'all. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Pinching it is one thing. Thank you. I appreciate that you like the design. They had the start of it, and then I had to do a little bit extra to it because I don't like to replicate other people's work. I like to make sure I'm replicating myself. So that is how you get that perfect line, because sometimes the tag is not even. And if you press based off the tag, now you done messed up because you won't know till it's too late. So I do take that extra step to get that crease in the middle. But now that I've done that, I'll be able to knock these shirts out, just bang, bang, bang them out with zero problem whatsoever. So the next thing that I wanted to show you, thank you for the compliment, I appreciate it. I am going to come over here and I'm going to log into Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to show you all the design for the bags that we talked about, because packaging is everything. Packaging is everything. Okay, it's loading, and then I'm going to share the screen because that one won't be on my phone. Of course, Cricut Design Space is doing an update. Who told it to do an update? Well, so what do y'all got planned for this Saturday morning? What do y'all work? What y'all gonna do after y'all finish hanging out with me? Where y'all going next? Y'all quiet. Where y'all going? And if y'all working on something, what y'all working on? I'm nosy. I want to know. I'm gonna be here all day doing that pile of shirts you all saw, so I don't get to go outside and play. What y'all going? You just relaxing? Lucky, lucky. What about you, Merlinda? What you gonna be working on or doing? What's the name of? Oh, yes. Let me put that in the chat too, Judy. Happy to share that. Give me 1 second. That's TKO. And they're really called TKO sales, but if you go into Google and you put TKO, they are there. I actually knew about them prior to COVID because I work at my day job down in that area, and I saw this big building being, renovated. And I'm like, what are you doing over there? I told y'all I'm nosy. So I was like, what is going on over there? And then, like, right when they got ready to come out of COVID, they had already kind of started. And so my t-shirt vendor from S&S, they had a postcard over there saying, hey, if you're looking for screen printing, they weren't even doing DTF at the time. If you're looking for screen printing, check us out. And they were right around the corner. And then I was like, oh, that's what that big building was. So yeah, I went over there and I got to meet Gabe, and he gave me the tour. And I got to see it from behind the scenes. It's really, really cool. And if you are ever in Florida and you're a vendor and you want to come, they will give you a tour and show you around. They are so awesome. They're very engaging. I mean, and it's very, it's overwhelming to see this huge, big old warehouse and just how they produce. And now they're doing DTF and glow in the dark and all of that. So yes. You gonna be hanging out with your grandbaby? Oh, and you walking on a hoodie order. Okay. All right. Took you gonna do some bake. All right, small cakes. The small cakes, that's one of your businesses. And then memorial fans. I haven't done the fans yet. I'm getting ready for Christmas. That's what we're about to have to start getting ready for, y'all. We gotta get ready for Christmas because that money is waiting to be had for Christmas. And I've got a couple of things. I got to get through this order first. The event is on the 5th, and I'm going to have that vendor table, like I said. So I got to get past this first. But yeah, I got some ideas for some Christmas stuff. So, all right, y'all. Now, for the first time, I'm going to be sharing this screen. So I've never done the screen share. How do I get y'all to see the other screen? I promise y'all, this is the part that I don't know well. I'm going to just own it. I don't. How can I add that ain't the answer. I was trying to have it add is it this one? Media splats. I don't know if that's that. Okay, bear with me, y'all. This is something. Are you going to do a live at the event? You know what? I will ask that. Here's what I know I can do. Let me say it like that. What I know that I can do is I can take y'all with me when I set up. Wait, click on present and select the window. Oh, you know what? Duh, that's smart. All right, click present, share my screen. Okay, I got 2 screens. So, okay, wait, we gotta, is it gonna want this one? Select the tab to share. Window. Bing, 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 bing. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you. All right, now y'all got to confirm. Y'all can see. Now y'all can see my Cricut Design Space, right? Select the entire screen. Did I do that? I have 2 screens up now. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, we're gonna stop sharing. We're gonna do that again, right? It's going to, and actually what I can do, because y'all don't need to see me looking directly, so I should move the screen I want y'all to see, since that seems to be the screen I know how to work. See, everything ain't always perfect, y'all. Sometimes it just ain't perfect, and that's okay too. All right, I'm gonna share this screen. And now look at y'all. Y'all probably still can't see the one I want y'all to see. I promise y'all, I'm so over it. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm gonna try it one more time. Thank God y'all in the chat telling me how to make this work. I had it. Wait, oh, that was it. Okay, I thought y'all could see the wrong screen. Goodness gracious. All right, we're gonna go back. Took said I had it right the first time, so we gonna believe her. She said I had done a good thing. So let's go back. Share my screen. Share my craft and conversation screen. See, when I click on that, it makes it look like I'm about to see the YouTube page, not the Cricut Design Studio page. So that's what I'm worried about. But I'm gonna do it one more time, and then y'all gonna tell me what y'all see. I think because what I was trying to also do, yes, the first time. Oh, Donzel, trust me, darling, I am taking my time. That is what is the problem. All right, here we go. I think. Now, tell me which screen y'all see. Do y'all see Cricut Design Space in full view? Yes! Woo! Y'all don't even know. All right. So next thing I got to do is a new project. Thank y'all. See y'all patience. That's why I love the money makers. Y'all are so wonderful. And y'all so patient with me because I'm eventually get it right. It just take a little time. All right. So we're on an untitled project. And remember, now what we're doing is we're doing our big white shopping bags. That's what we're going to be doing because we like to present something super, super polished and nice, right? So the first thing that we got to do, I got my names wrote down of the chapters that are going to get it. And I got to find a good, nice little good font that's going to be there. So I'm sure everybody here has used Cricut Design Space, but if you do not, I have the paid version. I've always had it since I got it, just because I want the flexibility of it all. So what I normally will do is type in what is going to be my first one, which is the chapter I belong to. We are called Phi Xi Zeta is our chapter. So that's the first one. And then I normally will duplicate because once you start messing with the font, I always tend to forget what one I picked. So now I got to find one. It always will default to Cricut Sans. But in here, I've got some system fonts that I put in. I've got some of my favorites that are bookmarked. And then they will show me my recent ones that I've been working with or messing with in case, and this is where you usually will find the ones that you're a little more partial to, that you use a whole lot. But then sometimes I'm somebody that I get overwhelmed really quickly. I have a friend who's actually in this chat and she knows I hate making the decisions. I'm so okay if somebody else decides for me. So I tend to get a little overwhelmed when I got too many choices. That's why I probably don't like buffets because it's too many things to choose from. Somebody just tell me a steak and potatoes and I could be done. But we need a good one. So does anybody got any recommendations of a good font that's kind of curly Q? I mean, I want it to be very, I want it to feel really luxe. So, I mean, I could put in the word script and see what comes up. And because we are doing permanent vinyl, right? I don't want something thin and skinny. So even though I like Alexis Mattox, that script is super skinny. So when I try to burnish it and move it over to the bag, it's going to be a lot of work for that. So I will need something that's going to be a little thick. So you see, I see analog script down there, but then that kind of looks a little retro-y. And the event is not kind of a retro-y kind of design. So I am probably going to also have to stay away from stenciling. But I put in script because I figured and I did Cricut first, because why not, right? I paid for the subscription. So I should, even though I could go to Creative Fabrica and download from there, I want to see what else Cricut has to offer since I am paying for it. So I'm scrolling slow. If y'all see something cute in the chat, can y'all throw it in there and help me decide today? I kind of like BFC Banana Pumpkin. That's kind of cute, right? So let's click on it and see what it's going to look like. Give it a few seconds. Ooh, Bernadette. I don't know. I don't know if I got Bernadette. I guess I could do a search for it. All right, I'm gonna come out of that and I'm gonna put in Bernadette and see if I got that. No, Bernadette must be cute. Now I'm be all curious about Bernadette. Let me write that down. Did you get it from Creative Fabrica, Took? Is that where it came from? I'm really not gonna go to Creative Fabrica this morning, because we'll be on here and I'll never make a choice. Like, I'll never decide. So I can't even do that to us. We can't be here all day finding a script for these bags. I'm gonna keep going. Now look at that BCF coffee shop trying to woo me because I like coffee. I'm not picking it though. Oh, fashion statement looks kind of cute. It is. You got it from there. Okay, I'm gonna keep a lookout for that. Let's look at fashion statement. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, this is fashion statement, is that first version up there at the top. So I'm gonna come on down here for my next one, because that's an option. Now, the sad part about it is I didn't put in all of the other chapters yet. So fashion statement could work nice for Faza Zeta, but when I put them other ones in, it could maybe not do so good. But I'm gonna choose one more. Like, I don't let myself just keep choosing a whole bunch. I choose two. And then I just got to decide from the two that I choose. Sometimes if you know yourself, you got to be honest with yourself. Backpack kind of look nice and thick, don't it? Let's check backpack. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's just see. Again, I want something thick. So, ooh, that's not cute at all. We are not using that. I've used Bayamo before. Oh, that's nice. What do y'all think about Bayamo? I like it because those little dots over the eyes and stuff look like a heart, which is like, I love my sisters, right? That's kind of nice. See, this is why I be needing people to help me, y'all. I'll be up all night just going over a font. You like that too? Okay. Yeah, but okay. So that's how we're going to do that. So now we just got to decide. This is option 1 and this is option 2. And because they both look good, the only other thing that I will do is I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm going to duplicate this one. And we're going to pick one more of the chapter names that I got to make. And we're going to see what that one looks like, right? So we are going to check. The longest one is Upsilon. And these are Greek alphabets that make up the chapter names. So they are Upsilon, Alpha, Zeta. So that's another one. And now we're going to do the same one over here because we like to compare apples to apples. So Epsilon, Alpha, Zeta. Oops. All right. I think I misspelled it. Oh, I did. I thought I put an extra letter in there. All right. Those are the two options. What do y'all think? You fall in the rabbit hole. You can't help it. Okay. I know which one I kind of think, but let's see what y'all think. So this is option number 1 right here on the left where my mouse is. That's option 1. This is option 2. Which one would y'all do? 1 or 2? 2. Y'all say it 2? Okay. And I was hoping y'all say it 2. It's something about the little hearts looking like a love sign that I really, really like. All right. So great. Now, remember I told y'all that, so we're going to go ahead and hide these because even though I didn't use them now, I'm going to go ahead and hide them. Because, again, this was my second favorite. But if I go to cut these and for some reason it's too skinny for the cut. Okay, Carrie like it too. Melinda like it too. Okay, but if it's too skinny for the cut, there's 2 ways that I can fix this, right? So first and foremost, I got to get their sizing together for the bag. So let's grab our shopping bag. And we don't want it to look too crazy and too big. Now, you know what? Because y'all can see my screen. Can y'all see the other two windows as well? Can y'all see me talking and still see the heat press? Because with me sharing the screen, I just see the design space. Do y'all see the screen that has the, y'all only see design space? Okay, that's fine. So now when I get ready to do the bag, I'll bring the other thing back on camera. So I think it's gonna work out, but the first thing I need to make sure, because, and we're gonna bring this closer, because I don't know if you guys experienced this, but you could think you got a font that you don't need to weld, and then Cricut Design Space is gonna cut all these little cuts right here in it. And actually, I'm gonna change it to another color because sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, there we go. You can see it much better now, and I'll make it even a little bit bigger. So see how the P is fine, but the H kind of cuts into the I. For those that are not familiar, if I don't weld this, it's going to cut the H separate, and it's going to leave that line and cut the I separate. And then that's going to mess up the polished look of the bag that I want. So I got to highlight that, and I got to come down here to combine, and I have to hit weld. And then once I do that, it connects the H and the I together. So that's going to be one smooth cut on my bags. And that's going to make life easier for me. The same thing with this E and this A. So see, this S is not connected. The I is not connected. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on the whole word. I'm going to hit weld, and I'm going to get rid of all of those words that are not cut. Now, honestly, let me undo that, because I see something that I should do a little bit better. And that is, we notice that this A in the alpha, the P and the H are not connected. And it could cut separately if I'm not careful. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup that. And I'm just going to highlight these. And I'm going to just hit my little space bar. And I'm going to go ahead and move that over just a taste. And now I'm going to go and highlight all of it again. And I'm going to weld it. And now I'm going to get one smooth cut with this, and I'm going to be good to go. I could have moved the A over a little bit more, but I'm not going to do all of that. It's going to go to on their bags, and only one person's going to keep the bag. So again, it's another rabbit hole that you could fall down into if you're not careful. So now the next thing we do, because we've messed with both of these, right? We can't edit it again. What I should have done was copied the rest of them, because I got to do 6. So I'm going to hit text again, and it's down there. So we need to move that up. And then look, so show you how, guys, I be getting messed up. Thank goodness this is the right one. So we're going to go ahead and type in our next little chapter, which was beta to zeta. All right, we know we need beta to zeta. I'll move that up. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to come over here, get chapter number. That was delta eta zeta. All right, that's number 4. We're going to duplicate that. And the good thing is I'm going to be able to cut all of these. Once I get my stuff together, I'm able to cut all of them on the same bag. I mean, on the same strip of a 12 by 24. Eta new zeta is the next chapter. Move them over to the side, duplicate, and get our last one. Fix that. And what did I say? Oh, alpha zeta. Alpha zeta. All right. So I got all my chapters. Got them all. We need to change all the colors to yellow so I can see. So let's do that. We also know we're going to need to weld everything. So everything is yellow. Everything else looks stuck together. Great. Let's go ahead and weld each piece. Okay. Weld this one. Weld this one. And let's weld this one. All right. All of them are now welded. Now, the one thing we did, we enlarged it so big, I didn't check my sizing. So now my shopping bag, because I'm not showing y'all that screen, I wanted to keep it on this screen. I'm going to quickly measure my bag. My bag My bag is a 16 by 11. That's the size of my shopping bag. I just want the line to go straight down the middle. So I'm going to do a 10. I'm going to try a 10 by 4 on all bags. So I'm going to do, my width will be 10 and my height will be by 4 because I don't want it to wash out on the bag. 10 by 4. Okay, maybe 10 by 3.5. That look a little crazy. Okay, so I think I'm going to 10 by 3.5, all of them. And then let's see how many I'm going to be able to get over there. So let's go 10 by 3.5. Change them all. Ooh. Whoa, that was really wrong. 10 by 3.5. I might have to mess with that Epsilon Alpha one because I don't like that it doesn't look as nice and thick as the other ones. But let's get them all done first. So it looks like when they've got the shorter letters, it looks a lot better. But we'll fix them all because I certainly don't want my sisters from that chapter to think that I did not put as much love into their bag. They don't even know they're getting a bag this way. So this will be a nice surprise. What I was saying before I got distracted, y'all, is that when I do the event, I will go live when I set up because everybody won't be there yet. I can't say that I'm going to go live to the whole event because I'd have to get photo releases signed by everybody, and they're expecting over 100 people at that event, and I can't get 100 releases signed from everybody. So what I will do, though, is I will definitely go live and setting up because I think that there is value in you all learning. If you're interested in doing pop-ups that are coming up for the holidays and you want to set up your table, I want to show people how you could do that. All right, so as you guys can see, the only one that doesn't look as even as the rest of them is this one. So I think it's because they're the 3 letters, and I might have to go a little more spread out. Okay, so I don't think it's the height. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to make that a 4, and then maybe make this an 11 first. It's kind of almost there. I could probably do a 11.5, right? Let's see that. 11.5. You guys think that looks about right? That looks nicer and thicker. I think it's just going to be that way. I mean, I guess I could test it on a 12 by width on a 12 to see. Let's just see. Oh, I do kind of like that one better. And the bag can take it. They've got 3 long ones anyway. All right. So we've welded everything. We've got all of our sizing right. So now we're going to tell the Cricut Explorer to make it. I'm not going to save it. Well, you know what? Let me not play these games because then if I get a power surge while I'm on here, I'm going to be so mad that I didn't save it. I told it to save. Cricut Design Space be disrespectful and doing whatever it want to do. That is not what I told it to do. So we're going to say shopping bag, permanent vinyl. Now we got to hope I remember that's what I saved it as later on if I go do this again. I usually do it when we have new members coming in. I like to customize their bags for them. Okay, so, ooh, look at that, y'all. Look at that. It looks like, no, it didn't. Nope. You know what? One other thing we got to do. We have to attach them. I told it to weld, but why did it look like it moved my letters? Y'all notice that? Let me go back and look at that. It looked like it moved my letters around, and it wasn't supposed to do that. But let's double check. Shrink it so I can see. Oh, Delta exit. Okay, I thought that one moved my letters. Okay, so I do feel a little better. So it looks like I'm going to get everything on one cut, which is fantastic. And y'all saw when we very first started, we laid out our vinyl. So that part is good. I always be a little nervous when it be right up to that line, but I'm not going to play with it because it's working. And because this is permanent vinyl and we're going to be burnishing it onto the paper sacks, we are not going to mirror it. And we're going to leave this auto default to 12 by 24. I noticed that it starts to default to that all the time now. It didn't used to do that. You used to be able to pick your mat size, and that does irritate me just a little bit when I'm just doing a 12 by 12 mat. It forces me to do that. All right, so it's connecting to my Cricut, and this is our premium vinyl. And if you're new to that, you can bookmark the things that you use the most here, but it will only let you bookmark 12 things. If I wanted to add something else, I'd have to unfavorite something that's already there. I'm going to leave it regular pressure, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen at this point because I'm going to come back on screen, and hopefully y'all can see me back again, and we still have the other one. You can see the press, right? I'm just making sure now that I've done that, you guys can see the right thing you're supposed to see. You should see me in the heat press. Cricut is controlling. You ain't lying about that. If you ain't told the truth, that is so true. Cricut be driving me, it be making me so mad sometimes. You can see, okay, great. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the Cricut. The mat is already set. If you weren't here when we started, I am using a mat. It does have some tack to it, but I wanna make sure that it doesn't lift up because you see it's gonna cut a whole 12 by 24 mat. And so I taped the four corners with some heat resistant tape. And I'm going to go ahead and load the Cricut machine. While it is doing that, I'm going to come back to the chat and we're going to have a good little conversation. Let's get that in. Now, the only thing that bothers me about how I have my mat set up, and I got my little tray extra from Temu that'll let me extend it out because I have the Cricut Air Explorer 2. So it doesn't have that tray that the material can hold on to. So I do like it, but I always get worried when it's time to go and press a 12 by 24. So sometimes I'll use that table and I'll bring the mat down so that it doesn't hit up against that wall. So I'll keep an eye on that and move it when the time comes. So let's move you guys back over here so that I can look you straight in the face. Okay, great. You can see me in the press. Okay, so that's going. Shopping bags. I'm going to need my transfer tape, right, for that. And so I can prep that and bring the thing back over from the heat press because, again, I'm not going to have you guys have to watch me press 60 shirts. That would just be absolutely boring. So, because once you press one shirt, you done press them all, and you can see that. But the bags, I think, would be cute because you maybe have not done this process before on the paper bags. So let's bring y'all back over to here. Let's bring us down on our table. Let's also come here and do that so you get a better view of the table. I'm going to go in the closet that y'all cannot see and get the transfer tape. We got scissors already. We got the bags already. All right, transfer tape. Got our bags, which we're gonna need. Oh, y'all can help me pick out the ribbon. We didn't think about that. We got to put a ribbon on there to make it cute. Because it's just going to look weird if it's just a bag with nothing on. So, as y'all can see, we stock crazy stuff around here. So, it's true. All right. So, now we've to dig into this thing. I like to do wreaths too. Do I got any wreath makers? I'm gonna be making a Halloween wreath in time for the Halloween party. They'll know what I'm talking about. I said I want to have a Halloween party where we cute and I can bring people on if you want to join on the screen. in your costume or show what you're working on. I want to have a pre-Halloween party. So that's what some of this stuff is. You see, I got this basket, and inside the basket, I got ribbons. So one of the things I could do is I could do burlap ribbon on it, right? Because that's kind of a neutral color for us. I could do that. I suppose I could do black buffalo check, but I don't know. I don't think that would bring out the material that we're using. But I do have like this pretty navy blue buffalo check. I'm going to put that one to the side. Let's see what else is in here that's color appropriate. Okay. Now this is what I would normally use is my streamer, like ribbon streamer for balloons. I do that on a lot of my stuff. And that seems to be a nice feature. So we got a second bag to look through. So we're going to move this out the way. And then okay, let's see. Yeah, I ordered a whole bunch of different colors. And when I do mugs or I'll, whatever the thing I'm using, I'll use a secondary color to just bring some extra pizzazz. So here's what the blue check looks like. It's navy blue. That's not really our color. I was looking for some of these too when I was in the store recently, but I didn't really find any with the wire that I really liked. Y'all, I might be defaulting and only being able to do. See, I got all the other colors for like our youth auxiliaries, but it looks like I done ran out of my royal blue streamer. That's not too awesome. I may have to go with the white. This is another navy blue ribbon one. I don't know. Oh, we had the wall problem that I was telling y'all. Oh, okay, it did do okay. It decided to go down the back side of the wall nice and smooth. Look at that. See how just that fast, I forgot I was supposed to be keeping an eye on that and I didn't do it. And y'all didn't even tell me. I told Donzel last time, why you didn't tell me? He said, I couldn't see it, DJ. I would have told you, but I couldn't see it. He was trying to help me out. He was we might have found a blue that'll work. It's not my true royal, but it'll come pretty close to what we're trying to do. I guess this little basket is the rabbit hole. I keep digging. Maybe I will stumble onto it. I got to tell my Alexa that I need more royal blue party ribbon because I usually don't let myself get low like that. But that's all. I don't see anymore. So, looks like I got one more thing to show y'all before we have to make the decision. I'll be right back. I think it's in the room where the wreath stuff is. I'll be right back. Okay, so the other option, y'all, is I could use some of my mesh. So we're going to look at that too. You ever bought something and you don't know which one you was going to use with? You don't know what you were going to use it for, rather, but you kept it because you just never know. And then a project like today comes up and all of a sudden now you know what it was always meant to do. It found its little home. That's what just happened here. All right. So, Donzel, your question, would any blue do? Unfortunately, no. Because with the sororities, the Divine Nine sororities, we all have certain colors that are specific to our organizations. So like we had a D9 sister from Delta. She would have to use a certain red, and Zetas are royal blue. So even though it's decor, I want to be mindful and respectful. So I can use some other kind of blues, but it's not preferred. So I'm thinking I'm axing the whole burlap thing because it's a t-shirts bag and it'll be the bags for them to carry, the bags that people don't pick up. So I kind of like the buffalo check, but the theme of the event is setting sail on a new voyage. So kind of like a sailor theme. And I don't know, buffalo check goes along with that theme. So I think this would have been my choice had I not found the other blues. So now it's getting real. I think that what's going to look the best versus me pushing this navy blue. Oh, and our cut is done. So that's great. We're going to make one together. And y'all, we gonna decide. Okay, so I'm going to put my white streamer to the side. And I'm wondering if I got lucky that some in there in that bag was this royal blue and white one, y'all. Look at this. This might be the answer. I didn't even know when I bought it that might have been it. But okay, let's unload the machine. And actually what we'll do is just weed one of them because, again, I'm going to be here all day. No need to hold y'all hostage all day. So let's get us a weeding. And we know that we got a bunch. So I'm going to just, yeah, it pretty much cut everything. So ain't going to be no, I'm going to salvage any of the extra vinyl from here. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to weed them all. I used to rip this stuff up and be tearing up the vinyl and having to cut it with my little impatient self. But I just keep my weeding tool nearby. And that's the other reason, y'all, why I wanted a thicker font. Because I didn't want it to get stuck. So I also keep my scissors nearby. And I start to snip away what I know I don't need before I get to yanking and pulling. And I keep me a garbage bag low key right next to me, tied to the workstation. And I just sometimes use my fingers to lift it up and just kind of slowly bring it up. Now there's a sticker part over here on this one that I can't tell what's going on. So I'm going to cut this other stuff away so it don't interfere. And then I'm going to come and see what's going on with this word. So this was alpha. Oh, this was the alpha zeta one. And so I'm going to just slowly figure out. That should have been an L. That's the A. Okay, I see what happened. All right, hold on. So we're going to use the weeding tool. Looks like some of the piece got stuck to the A. The good thing, this is not heat vinyl going on. This is not going on the shirt. So I'm going to be able to salvage that. That's why you got to be a little careful. And you probably shouldn't be using your fingers. All right. That was a good save. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty held. Hold me hostage and I'm baking and watching. Listen, I need some of them small cakes. How can I order some of them small cakes? That other night took when you was talking and you showed that picture. I said, girl, I need that small cake in my life. Who needs nothing but cakes when I got a money maker that makes these cakes? I want to order. Do you ship? Do you ship? That's all I need to know. Do you ship? Because, girl, I will be ordering some cakes, and my mama will be getting a cake, and everybody will be getting a cake now because they look so good. Did y'all see Took's live when she showed us the picture of them small cakes? I was ready. Plus, if I eat a small cake, I feel like I'm not doing the worst thing to my waistline, but I'm taking care of my taste buds. You got to have balance. Can't just be out here eating salads all day. Lettuce all lonely in your stomach when you can have Took's small cakes in there with it. All right, so I'm gonna just do the first one because again, I can always come back and weed the rest. Let's get the first. I'll just do these first two like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away these, and that way we can work on the two that we have weeded so we can get at least one of the bags done and make sure that this is a good idea. And sometimes you don't know if it's going to be a good idea, but I had a vision of how I wanted them to be able to come. Not yet, but soon. Okay. Well, listen, you already know who your first test case is. Don't be acting like I didn't ask first, because I did. You might have an idea. You don't know if it's going to work, but it won't hurt to try. And trust me, I didn't wasted some vinyl on projects I thought was going to work out, and they didn't. So if I got an idea, they won't know about it. I didn't tell them. This would just be something that once they get it, they're just going to be surprised, right? And they'll be like, oh my God, it looks so nice. Okay, so the first bag we're going to do, we weeded out our stuff. And actually, we're going to do two of them and decide which one y'all help me think looks the best. So let's go on and do the second one. So we cut a little bit more here. Okay. And that. All right. So now we just need to weed the P. It's got a little bit of material there. All right. So these two are actually ready to go on a bag. All right, so let's go ahead and I guess I could have did it from right there, right? Okay. Now my transfer tape, I don't even know the brand of this. I've had this for so long. It was a huge, big old boat, kind of like that white paper back there. I've had this transfer tape for so long, you can reuse it. So honestly, I got it on Amazon, but I don't remember. I'd have to go back. If anybody is interested, I will have to go back and look in my orders to see. And it's going to have been a while. I know I had this for at least a year. Just chipping on it, using it when I need it. But it a little bit goes a long way. That's how you see this little piece right here is a piece that I chipped off just what I needed to do a etched glass, a whiskey glass set for a customer a couple weeks ago. All right, so we're gonna go out and peel this off. I hope it's gonna work. The good thing I also like about this is that it does good in transferring, but it doesn't. I'm hopeful, rather. I should have said it that way. I'm praying it don't tear up the bag. It shouldn't. In my vision, it does not tear up my bag because that bag is pretty sturdy. I'm gonna go ahead and separate the two words because I don't want the tape to stick. So I'm gonna move this out the way and we're gonna work on the first one. Y'all can see it. We're gonna go ahead and add our sticker paper, our transfer paper right across. It also got lines. If y'all can see it, it's got the lines. I hold on to it because again, you can use it over and over again. Where's my burnishing tool? Oh. All right. Again, I got my burnishing tool. I got one from that came with the Cricut, but I ordered some office supplies and from Temu. So this was one of my office supply hauls. So I just go across that. It should help me. Actually, sometimes permanent vinyl can be a little rude. This is Oracle, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. Oracle 651. Sometimes you got to do it from both sides, but that's all right. And then I will peel from the back side and slowly, see that last little piece of burnishing really helps. because at first that A wasn't coming up. And then I slowly roll away from the lettering, making sure that it's still stuck down. And I just keep going. So now I don't need this piece of paper no more, right? Because we're not going to use that. And I didn't disconnect the transfer paper from the carrier sheet because I'm going to use it again. So now let's move this out the way. And we need a drum roll. Drum roll, please, because we about to find out if the idea on the bag will work. So here's our bag. We're going to turn it over. I'm going to stand up over it and do my best. The good thing is it don't have to be perfect. It's just to make sure that they know this bag is for Alpha Beta. Now, I'm using my hand to just press it down, sticky side down. Can't forget the little A part right there. Now, I should be able to slowly peel it up. As y'all can see. H tried to come up, but the good thing is permanent vinyl. So that's the other reason we don't want to just yank it. And those was the two letters that gave me problems anyway when we were weeding. All right, now if you can see that, it's lifting up a little bit. The good thing is you just come back down with your finger and press it. And then slowly come back again, pulling away. You notice every time I do it, I'm going the opposite direction. And I'm pulling slow so that I don't pull it up off of the shopping bag, and enough that I can use my finger to press it back down. And I'm going to go back over it. So now before we do that, we got our carrier sheet. We can lay that right back down. Carrier sheet is ready to be used again for a vinyl transfer for the next set of words. Hello, Vancille DeMesa. How are you? Another one of my faves. So now, guys, what I'm doing, I'm going over it just with my fingers, because once it's stuck, it's stuck. I'm not going to really need to do anything else with this because it's permanent vinyl. Look at our bag. Look at our bag. So now we gotta put our flare on it, right? At the end of the day, they're going to get this bag after everybody has come to the table and picked up their pre-ordered shirts, because they pre-ordered and they've paid already. But if somebody from their chapter doesn't come, then they have to come and pick it up and take it back. So actually, I'm going to do one thing before I do that, y'all. Let's do 2 bags, and then we're going to do 2 ribbons, and y'all going to tell me which ribbon looks the best. Because what y'all say, I'm going to tell them the money makers helped me do this, because I know they're going to love it either way. But this is how we're going to give, y'all going to help me give them you're going to help me make the choice. Okay, so we had our second one, was almost weeded, and we don't want anything to get stuck. All right, so now we got our second piece. We're going to go back to our piece of paper. I told y'all I just peel back. I leave some because I don't want to mess up the carrier sheet. So I'm going to lay this right back on top. Lay it down. This one, it's got 3. Get my burnishing tool. Y'all see it? I'm going to make sure you see. Two shopping bags. Go ahead and I prefer to get a back burnish going on too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the white off, the back off from the paper. I should have did that to begin with, like I did the first one, but I didn't. So we'll lift it up. I could probably tear it, yeah, but I don't know. I think I've been messed it up more. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up enough to get my cut from my scissors. Sometimes they say leave it on the mat because the mat will stabilize it for you. But as you can see, that probably wasn't for this particular project the best solution. But anyway, we're doing it this way because I want to be able to burnish the back. I think that extra pressure that I'm putting is going to help it lift off better. If you are just joining us, we are getting, I have an event on the 5th of October that I'm vending at, and I'm making the bags that I will be giving to the client for their overflow orders. All right. See how much easier it is once I do that? Okay. Now we need our second bag. We know we're not tearing up our shopping sack. We got our shopping sacks from Uline, in case you were wondering. They do offer 30-day net options for small businesses, especially if you have your EIN number. All right, we're going to go ahead. And I'm just eyeballing this, guys, because I didn't get my little measurer or anything. I just eyeball it. And then we're going to slowly peel away like we did the first time. Do it so y'all can see. And we keeping our eye, like see the X is starting to try to come up. Can y'all see the X? So we're going to come back, lay it down, and just bend the carrier sheet so I can use my finger to press it back down. Perfect. Z was much better. Whoop. See that little A tried it? She tried it, but we put her back. All right, our carrier sheet is still sticky, y'all, as y'all can see. So we're going to get some more use out of that. All right, we got 2 bags, and we need a choice of ribbon. So really, if you want to and you didn't have ribbon, you could stop right here, right? You wouldn't even have to worry about anything else because they're going to have bags in it. But I like to go the little extra mile if I can. So the question is this the ribbon? And when you say, if you're wondering what I'm going to do, I would open up the bag and the ribbon will be tied to the top of the bag. So the question is that the answer for elegance, or is it this blue, the deeper, richer blue? Which one do y'all think is going to bring the lettering out? I'm thinking the deep, rich blue mesh, but what do y'all think? And Donzel wants to know, I think he's asking you, he wants a picture of the cakes. Donzel, you probably have to go to her page, E. Nichols and Company, and I bet you will be able to see some of the cakes, right? I'm sure you've uploaded some pictures. I just happened to be on her live, and I saw how delicious they look. And her packaging, I'm a sucker for packaging. It looks so nice. All right, I think I'm going to cut away the deeper blue. Okay, I was thinking so too. The white kind of washes out a little bit. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot on this piece. I'm going to just eyeball it again. I'm going to cut some. Now, we know mesh is also disrespectful, right? Mesh can do what it want to do too. If you've ever tried to make a wreath, you already know I'm not kidding about that. But basically, I really want to try to even out this one end. It's got a crazy little piece. And I'm definitely going to need to vacuum today because messing with mesh will make you have to vacuum your workspace up. All right, so I'm going to take the mesh, and I think I'm going to treat it like I normally would if I were working on a wreath. So I would weigh it down on one end so it wouldn't keep rolling up on me. And then I usually do 2 rolls. 1, 2, right? I usually, when I'm working on a wreath, have a chip clip with it because that helps it stop moving. But then I'm going to roll my second side, 2 rolls, and then pinch, 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 pinch. See that one little piece is still being crazy. Cut that away. And so now, okay, I like that. So hold on. Because something's got to tie it to that, right? And that's where my really easy string of this comes in, because this is going to give me my color. It keeps my color together, the color theme of our royal blue and white. And it's going to allow me to tie this to the bag. I told y'all I never did it this way before. We are doing this together for the first time, but I think it should work, right? Because I'm trying. And if you're wondering, that little thing is called a cruffle because it's a mix between a ruffle and a curl. So a cruffle is what they call it. I'm going to loop back around because it could come loose again. And then let's see if we like a little white bow there. Streamers are never bad. Tighten that a little bit. All right. And then they're going to have their blue pop of color. So what do y'all think? All the bags are going to be on the table, lined up, all 6 chapters. And they're going to be able to come and pick up their bags, and they will know what their chapter is inside of there. What do you guys think? You think they're going to like it? I think they will. I think it looks really nice. It's easier than picking up a plain white shopping bag. Something about people seeing their names. So imagine if you're doing gifts or bridal parties, you know, the bride's gifts and the bridesmaid wants you to make something for them, you know, the bachelorette t-shirts, and you have a cute little sack, and inside every sack is the girls' names. Like, they're going to absolutely love that. Love that. So we're going to do our second one. And then I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the live up, because y'all just came and hung out with me for coffee conversations and crafting, and then I got to get to work on finishing 59 shirts. And I do got a couple of orders from the Etsy shop that have to get done today. They don't ship till Monday, but Sunday is self-care Sunday. Over here, we relax on self-care Sunday. So we're not gonna be in here making stuff. We're gonna come visit y'all. So is anybody going live this weekend? Oh, you do it? Yes. Something about them seeing it, that you just be like, I did that. Anybody going live this weekend that I can come and support the way you all support me? I'm always so very grateful. And if you're new in the chat, we like to share information here. So what do you sell? What do you do? You never know who's looking for what you do in your business. Everybody on here is not a crafter, but still has small businesses. Like, I happen to know if Vancille de Mesa is still here. She is a luxury travel planner and is who does all my travel stuff for me and my friends. And she is very good, very professional, very attentive, and will get you a very good deal, but not compromise your luxury. Now, don't be going to her if you're looking for, you know, and nothing against it, but if you're looking for a basic Airbnb situation, that's not your travel experience. But if you want to feel like you got the most for your money and you feel pampered and taken care of, you need to check her out. White Sands Travel is her business. Okay, so you gotta get this other one. All right. And the beautiful thing too about, and you know this from doing a wreath, everything is not going to always look the same. So each bag is going to have its own flair for the cruffle. Everybody's is not going to be the same. That's going to be okay too. Because as she said, they're going to be in it for that. So now this one is a little long, so I don't like that part. We're going to cut that down just a little bit. So Donzel wanted to know where could he see some pictures of the cakes that I'm raving on and on about. I think he wanted to see them, but I didn't know if you saw his question. Okay, we're going to cut this one just a little bit too. All right, y'all. So there it is. We got 2 of our bags made and done. They are both looking really pretty. You see them side by side? Probably if I move y'all over, you can see them like that. You see? I think I got to come that way. All right, there we go. Now y'all can see them both. So we got our bags ready. That didn't take long. I don't think that took too long. But we got our bags together, so we know what we're going to do for our bags. I've showed you guys how to do our shirts. Oh, Donzel, she said you got to go to the Facebook. It's not on her YouTube. You got to go to her Facebook. Took, is your Facebook page. What's your Facebook page? So that if folks want to go check out these small cakes. And you sell them in person. So where are you in case somebody lives near you and didn't know they could get all that goodness by coming to pick up cakes from you? Thank you. Yeah, I think they're going to be pleased. I'm really excited. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. Any questions, anything I can answer while you guys are here? Y'all know I'm an open book. If y'all got questions about small business, your small business, some you want to try, type of vendor you're looking for, if I know the answer, I'm certainly going to share. I'll give a few seconds in the chat. Let me know. You was about to get rid of, Judy, you better not get rid of that mesh. See, now you're going to make me have to hurry up and do this REATH video so you don't mess up and get rid of this good mesh now. Yeah, it's so easy to do stuff like this. And there's a couple ways you can use mesh with Dollar Tree stuff and put that stuff together and nobody would ever know. Like the way you'll be able to upcycle it. But yeah, this is such an easy technique. It's called the cruffle, a curl mixed with a ruffle. Please don't get rid of all your mesh. And even if you say, you know what, it's nice, but I don't think I should do, I don't want to deal with mesh. I encourage you to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Because crafters that do wreaths will absolutely be looking for mesh, especially if you got some of those holiday colors. Yes, of course. I'm going to do that. I'm going to definitely do a Christmas one. I love Christmas. I love all of the fall. You got frustrated making wreaths? Well, so one of the things that I was supposed to do today, if I really get myself in gear and get these shirts knocked out, and now I don't have no excuse because I know next time I'm on here, y'all going to be like, did you do it? I need accountability buddies everywhere. But I had to sweep out the front of my front where I live. I live in a 2-story apartment. And so I can't be putting no decor out there and I need to sweep. But I knew that the hurricane was coming and it blows dust. And believe it or not, I don't live by the beach, but somehow sand shows up. So I think the sand just blowing in the air. But I swept all of that down yesterday. That's another reason why I was tired and didn't go live. But I'm ready to put out my little Halloween decor. And I wanted to refresh my Halloween wreath. So I use a wreath form. I seen a YouTuber do it on, I think her name is Bargain Bethany. She does all kind of Dollar Tree things. But she took those Dollar Tree Christmas trees and she turned it into a wreath, right? And she put a sign. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm going to fix the wreath. Like right now, what I have is this little skirt. And she's super cute. And it says like, welcome my pretties. The theme is like a witch, similar to some of the stuff y'all saw me make. So I'm going to film me setting that up, but I'm going to make the video for the wreath. Now, I didn't think people would be interested in it because part of it is kind of home decor. But I guess if I think about it, I do like to do home decor, but some of it is something that people could sell, right? I mean, just because my niche wouldn't buy that per se, doesn't mean that something we make for a home decor is not sellable. So I got news for you. If your niche wanted custom bags, let's say the bride that found you on Etsy doesn't want to buy t-shirts from you, but what you want to sell is custom packaging. What did it take for us to make this? Let's talk about price, y'all. because, right, we crafting for coins over here. So if we got our shopping bags, and now I'm gonna be honest, you can't walk into Uline's website and buy like 10 white shopping bags. You probably gonna have to buy a bulk. So let's just say you bought 100 of them. You know that this mesh, you can get your mesh from the dollar store, but they usually are gonna have the smaller one, right? But Judy, you said you had mesh. Can you tell us in the chat, like on average, how much you found yourself paying for mesh this size? Because you could get these at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you could order them on Amazon. They absolutely are more than $1.25 because you get a whole lot of them. But I mean, just on average, what did you, I can't remember what I paid. Y'all saw where my bag, I had all kinds. And I always go after season and pick up colors that I may need for next season. And I just keep them in that large bag. But let's just say on average, cutting enough to make a bow like this, and y'all know I always round up, and then if I'm over and you make a little bit more, winning, right? So let's say that it costs you 50 cents total for your mesh, and the vinyl, y'all saw I got 6 cuts on a 12 by 24, and I probably could have fit in one more 2-word name on there if I had played around, right, with the movement on the mat. So let's just say 50 cents for my vinyl and 50 cents for the little curly cute thing that I didn't cut away, right? And my bags, let's say my bags were $1 a bag. So it cost me $2 to make this. Now, if I got an Etsy shop or a website and I'm going to sell custom bags, I'm never going to sell just one bag because now that's not worth my time. But I'm going to set the minimum quantity that I'm going to sell. And then I'm going to sell this in packs of 10 maybe. Maybe I'm going to sell it in packs of 10. And then I'm going to set my price for them. Now, I know it cost me, what did I say, $2? $2 to make it. How much would you pay if you needed custom bags? You bought yours, most of it off season like I did. Yeah, so did I. And I don't have a paper mark. I don't think I do, but let me write that down because y'all know I take a good homework assignment. Let me see. I do Uline because I have a 30-day net account with them because I have an EIN number for the small business. And so it gives me the 30 days to make my payment and kind of try to build business credit up for myself, something I've embarked on in the back half of this year. But maybe I'm going to, if it costs me $2 a bag, maybe I'm going to sell my set of 10 bags for $25 plus whatever they're going to pay for shipping. It didn't take us long. It took us longer to press the t-shirt than it did to make these 2 really nice bags. Now I'm going to be able to fold these bags down. Fold them down flat. The mesh going to pop back up. Packaging is going to be real easy. If I wanted to, I could actually, even the way I made them, I could fold these bags in half. And now they're going to slide right on in. And if you get in your bags from the post office, because maybe you're using Ground Advantage or you're using Priority, you can have them ship packaging to your house for free. You walk into the post office, you got to pay for that stuff. But if you have them ship it to your house, you don't even have to have an EIN number for that. They ship everything to you. And now you got free packaging. And then it's up to them to pay. You are making some nice money on that. You making real nice money on that. You making a 50% upcharge on what it costs you to make for something simple. Now, I'm giving them these because that's mine. They're going to get those. They're going to love it. I'm getting these and I'm giving this to them. But y'all see how many shirts I'm making. And every chapter purchased their shirts already. So this is an extra marketing piece for me because the people that are going to come pick up this bag are the presidents of my chapters. So now they're going to see, wow, just because I'm their soror doesn't mean they shop with me, right? I still got to earn their business. And I've got to show them why choose me over the other people who may have an Etsy shop that they know about, right? But I've taken the time to make sure I got their right color. I've taken the time to just make sure it wasn't any kind of blue. I made sure I put in the white with that. And you guys are going to see the video of me packaging this all up because I'm going to fast it, make it and film it in fast pace because it takes a long time to package 60 shirts. But they're going to remember this when they have an event coming up. See, they're a guest at this event they're coming to now, but they're going to remember, oh, wait a minute, Finer Deals, they do those custom bags. And when new members come in, they want new members to feel super welcome. So sometimes when I tell you guys in talking about packaging, it's always a way to market yourself and differentiate yourself so that your craft is not just a hobby. It's going to make you some extra money. And I promise you, if you a crafter, you got some permanent vinyl, because whether we realize it or not, we all started with this. And you got some mesh somewhere in there. You didn't know you had it. But, Judy says she started out thinking I'm a make wreath. So she got it. Before you throw it out, if she make $25 from the mesh she was going to toss out, she got some of her money back. So, yeah, this is just something. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. We are going to look for you on live so that we can support you as well. Donzel, thank you for always being in the house and being supportive. Oh, and you didn't know? Yes. So here's the thing. I told y'all I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and this is my 2nd bedroom converted into my office. So there's a closet over here. But if it's not your master bedroom, that closet is not super big. And no, y'all can't see the closet because y'all gonna judge me different if y'all see the way that closet looks. We're not going in that closet today. Maybe we'll do a declutter in there when we got time, but we ain't got time today. But when you get post office stuff sent to you, it does come. You can select it online. Comes in quantity of 25 to 50. I'm sure it goes higher than that. But I make sure that I get their bubble poly mailer for priority. I go in the post office, I got to pay for that. But if I go online to the United States Postal Service and I order that, they're going to ship to my house 50 bubble poly mailer for priority mail. When my customers choose priority mail, I ain't got to worry about it. I already got it. And it's small. I can bend it and fold it so I can fit that in. Now, when I get to the boxes, it'll get a little different. I'll do the smallest quantity because you're right. Everybody is not going to ask for priority mail. Some people don't want to pay for that. They want ground advantage, and that's fine. But if they do, I don't want to use my unmarked poly mailers that I pay for to send priority when I can get it free from the United States Postal Service. So it's just something to think about. I'm glad I'm sharing that with you. If you did not know, they will ship it to your house for free. Let's see what you're saying before we go. Garage sales for mesh and ribbon too. Yep, because somebody done been out there crafting and they over it, and they are just, sometimes that stuff will be in the free box. They don't even want your money. They like, will you just take it out my house so I don't have to bring it back? And you can have a come up like that. I've seen people get fabric that way that do embroidery. I've actually seen people get vinyl that way. If you see online Facebook Marketplace, I've seen that kind of stuff all the time. They like, you can just come and get this stuff and you have made their day. And then that now becomes free. And then you always hear a YouTuber say, I had this in my stash already. I'm so glad you learned a lot today. We was just chatting over some coffee and some crafts. So now y'all know next Saturday I'm going to be at the event. So, if you faith-based, I'm going to need y'all to throw some prayers up to your girl, her hands. They're going to be on fire by the time I'm done with today's work. But I promise to take y'all with me and go live on Saturday morning while I'm setting up. It's going to be real early because I got to be down there like 8 o'clock in the morning. So you guys will get to see how I set up a table. I haven't seen the inside of the event space, so I don't know how that's going to look. But we gonna set up our little table. I'm very minimal. Let me be clear. Y'all will see some pop-up shops and they got racks and all that. I don't have all of that because I don't have all that space. I don't have a garage. So I'm minimal, but I'm tasteful. And y'all will see how I set up. And any well wishes y'all got, I would love and appreciate. And I'll see you guys in my next live and video. So thank you all so much for being here. Go out there and be great. You can do this. Don't get discouraged. We believe in you. If don't nobody believe, if you don't even believe yet, we believe. So until next time, y'all have a great Saturday. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.